It's your boy Frank Nitty here today with another episode of Midwest Slang. I got a special guest. Introduce yourself.
My name is MarlaGodette.
Okay. And what do you do?
My name is MarlaGodette. I'm a mental health professional. I'm the founding mentor of Mentoring Moments, and I am running for the 2nd Congressional District of Congress for the state of Indiana.
Where you from?
I'm originally from Detroit area.
Midwest.
Yes, absolutely. And I have been here for about 12 years now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Kind of both Indiana and Michigan.
Yeah, right there, right there.
So how did you become an activist?
I have always been an activist in some kind of way, Frank. So
Okay.
I have,
Give me a couple ways.
let me see. So for real, I have always been the kid that gave their stuff away. And I remember even in one Easter, I saw this little girl and she had a tear in her Easter dress. And so the next week, my mom was like, "Wait, what are you doing? What are you doing?" Because I had taken all my dresses out the closet and I was going to give her all my church dresses. And my mother was like, "Whoa,
So you got a big heart then.
not today. Hold on."
Spend that money.
she was telling me, how you can give some things away and hold some things back. And that. So we did that. And just knowing that people should have what they need at a minimum. And I remember, though, very clearly the first time I experienced somebody being bullied and being picked on and people not helping, and how I jumped in to that fight and being able to help a person who had a cognitive impairment, and they were picking on this kid and stopping that person and taking the chance on getting in trouble or whatever. Because you just don't do that. How you going to pick on somebody who's less than or who you think is less than? I'll say that. Yeah, you're messing with them because they can't protect themselves. You just don't do that.
Like around that too, that kind of stuff too.
Yeah, and so I guess it started from that, this innate thing, I would say. And so always wanting to be helpful in some kind of way, even in work environments. Like, okay, well, how come this department has so much more than that department? Yes. What are we doing here? What's going on? Where is it that we can be equitable, that everybody's getting what they need? Okay. So just different things. And if it's a situation where, I get it, some people just make more money. They do different things. Okay, well, how can we help that person to learn how to make some more money? Yes. How can we do some different stuff where we all can get on? Yeah, we all can get on. It's enough money around these parts where we can all get what we need. And so activism turns into being a sponsor of people, being a champion of people. It escalates from there.
Another question. Where can people vote for you at, or go vote at?
First of all, people got to register to vote. You got to register to vote, and it's not that difficult. You need to be 18 years of age by November 8th, and you have to have an address where you've lived for more than 30 days, and you have to have a valid ID. That's basically
Y'all tap in, man, and go vote, man.
Yeah, go register to vote. That's basically it. And you have to register for this election by October 11th. By October 11th, you need to register to vote. Where can you register? At the BMV. You can register online at the, votersregistration.com. You can Google registration in the state of voters registration in the state of Indiana. It's the Secretary of State for the state of Indiana. Okay. So many links that you can go to register so that you can get that taken care of. Anytime you go change your address or get your license updated or your state ID, they're going to ask you, hey, do you need to register to vote? Do that. Even if you are undecided about voting, well, I don't vote, it don't matter, all this stuff we go through sometimes. Do it anyway, because you want to be prepared in that off opportunity where you see a candidate that you may want to support. You already set up. You're not behind the 8 ball. You can just go ahead and be prepared to vote. And then also, I want to put out here, there's a wicked, nasty lie that says, oh, well, I got a felony, I can't vote. That's a lie in the state of Indiana. You absolutely can vote. You cannot vote if you're currently incarcerated. But if you've been out for more than 30 days and you have an address and you're over 18 and you have a valid ID, you can vote. So don't even let past incarcerations or having a felony or a misdemeanor stop you. That is not true. In this state, you do have the right to vote. Your voting rights are not revoked because you had a criminal offense.
Y'all hear that? Y'all tap in, man, and go get y'all privilege to vote, man.
Yeah, tap in, especially knowing that a lot of things that happen when it comes to laws being made affect people in certain crimes that are committed. You have a voice and a right in how those people are in office, those people who are determining these laws that get made that may affect your outcomes. If it's saying, oh, well, this law now is going to be changed and that's no longer a crime. Okay, well, if you committed the crime and now it's not a crime, it's not going to be a crime. You need to put the people in office that's for that.
Yeah. Exactly.
Y'all got to pay attention to stuff. We got to pay attention to stuff. More things affect us than we really know. We just got to pay attention.
Yeah, that's true. You got to pay attention because if you don't, you ain't going to know nothing.
Hey, I got a good friend. He said,
catch what's going on.
Yeah, he tell you in a minute, if you not at the table, you going to be on the menu.
No doubt.
That's the bottom line.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. So, what is your vision or your mission for the community?
I feel like, District 2, let's talk about that first of all. District 2 is a very large district.
Okay.
It consists of 9 full counties and 2 partial counties. That's a lot of territory. But sometimes the focus stays on St. Joe and Elkhart counties because they're so large. And it's a lot of industry here. A lot of opportunity for economic growth and development in these 2 counties, which would then hopefully spread out amongst to the others. I want it to be that all of these 9 counties and the 2 partial counties are able to understand that there is opportunity for all of them. And then in our urban communities where we have more Black people, that people who have not heard and have not known about certain benefits that are available to them, that they get this information.
That's what we need, though, right?
And that they know what is out there for them as minority populations. Things that are out there by law. It's already there. Yes. A lot of times people get very upset with, we need reparations. I agree with that. But until we get that, you need to take advantage of what's on the table.
What you getting right now.
It's stuff out there for you, for us. But we have to do what's necessary to get it. Well, if no one's telling you it's there, who told somebody? I just gave you a piece of information 5 minutes ago. You just didn't know.
Yeah, you're right.
You didn't know.
You learn something new every day.
You didn't know. And I'm telling you right now, I've probably got some piece of money that came across my email from some organization that I could have passed to you. But because you don't have what you need, then you don't get the money.
Most definitely.
This is
I'm glad you
happens over and over and over again, and people get angry. Oh, the city didn't give black businesses money. Is the black business certified as it should be? Is their paperwork in order? Do they have things? But if no one's here to help and to educate and to teach,
Most definitely.
then we lose out.
You ain't gonna know what you're supposed to know.
And sadly, people oftentimes don't go out of their way to tell people who aren't like them anything. They don't even think about them. And I can't say that they're evil, bad people. They just don't think about people that's not like them.
Exactly.
They don't. Oh, that community. Oh, I don't know. Sorry, I just didn't even think about it. Okay. Well, when you're a lawmaker, you're supposed to really think about everybody that's in your district. Yeah, you can't just leave people out. We got people down in little rural areas that we have people who haven't seen those folks in years. You can't just leave them down there poor, because when they win, then we all win too.
Yeah, you're right.
Especially those little towns where they down there committing crimes and doing meth and all this type of stuff. We need to get them together. We gotta help them.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, and you need to bring that stuff to light and quit acting like only black folks is doing drugs. Them people down there getting high and doing all types of things. They need help. So my
Small
vision for the
towns,
community.
Fixing, cleaning it up. Yeah.
Absolutely.
That's good. I mean, it need a little cleaning right now. It's a lot.
We do. And the education piece. I want people to also understand things like, this law that came out in July where you just have to be 18 and no felony to obtain a gun. Yeah, we about to get our guns. Yeah. I don't care. That stuff don't bother me not one bit. Buy a gun. Now, did you read all of the red tape?
Right.
Did you read all of the small print? Did you read all of the print on the back? The print that was written in other languages? The print that was written in high class, big, fine socioeconomic status? The words that some of us just don't understand. Did you read all of that?
Fine print.
I just want to know that you understand every aspect of what just happened. That's all I want to know.
They probably did.
No, they did not. Trust me. Trust me, they did not. They just want a gun. Do you know how to shoot a gun? Do you know how to hold a gun? Have you been to gun training? Have you been to gun school? Have they been to gun school, Frank? No. Did they do anything with a gun? They did. Brother Brad, did they do what?
Nope. Nope.
Do they know one law about a gun? It's a Bible scripture that says, all things may be lawful, but not all things are expedient. So just because I can do something doesn't mean that I should do something. Mm-hmm. So because I can buy a gun at 18 with no training, no license, no registration, doesn't mean that I should. So I'm saying, let's tell our young people to take classes, to get a license, to get registered appropriately, to do all things lawfully. Because if it ever happens that one time somebody does something and that weapon ends up in a crime, you're going to wish you had. Because these laws that now say if that weapon ends up in a crime under this new statute, you're going to be in a world of trouble. It is not the same as it was June 30th, 2022.
You're right about that.
It is not the same. So we have to tell our people to do things to the highest level of excellence,
Be
to the
smarter.
highest level.
Think about it before you do it or something.
Yeah, absolutely.
So can you tell me about your youth foundation fund?
So
I'm sorry.
the last fundraiser that we did specifically geared towards the youth was back in May when we put a bunch of kids from the Michiana area, Niles, Portage, South Bend, Mishawaka, all over this area. Put them on a big bus, and we went down to Atlanta for a Black college tour and a social justice and mental health conference. And the goal was to take them away during the Memorial Holiday weekend because that is the start of summer for many of us, but it's known to be the highest crime weekend in the South Bend area as far as shooting and violence. And so we got out of here, and it was a phenomenal experience. A lot of young people were able to talk about the educational injustices that they were experiencing in school. And we as adults were able to gather information and listen, allow them this space to safely disclose and talk about things that are going on, but then also say, okay, we don't create victims. You talking about all this, but what are you going to do?
Right.
And they had restorative justice circles, powerful circles where they took accountability and said, okay, well, we can't control grown people and how they think and what they do, but what can I do? And they came up with ideas. I can make sure my homework is done. I can make sure that I'm doing the assignments. I'm going to read the school handbook. I'm going to know when they tell me, oh, you can't do this or you don't need this. No, this says this and that, and I do need it, and I am going to get it. They understood their power when they left, and more than half of those children who went on that trip who were told, oh, you don't need dual status credits. Well, if you don't know that dual status credits now give you college credits when you're in high school, which saves you thousands of dollars when you graduate high school,
Wow.
who is somebody to tell you don't need it?
Right.
I do need it.
No doubt.
Right? Why would I can get it now as opposed to paying then? Who are you to tell me what I don't need? And so they ended up being able to start by partnering with Ivy Tech Community College and taking some classes this summer for free.
Oh, that's dope.
Yeah, for free. Because now they have the knowledge, but not just the knowledge, they had the assertiveness, they had the confidence and the courage, and they knew that they had some adults standing behind them, because you better believe Miss Marla walked herself on down to that South Bend school board and said, I'm coming for your union. Now I done gave you a chance. You hear my voice. Your union is next. I'm coming. And I have never mixed my words with them. They know I mean it. I'm watching you. I'm coming. Let another kid tell me that they was told they can't get something that they legally can, and that the federal government says it is for them. Let them tell me. Let them say, I think they said it. I promise you I'm coming.
We need people like you.
Yeah. You
The
don't mess
school
with kids.
system, the school system is not up to par right now. They didn't close down a lot of schools.
Hey, if you have traumatized parents, the school has traumatized parents,
So it's ongoing.
and now you got kids. The parents don't want to. Okay, honey, it'll work. It'll be okay. Just keep your head down. Go to school. Get done. Please just graduate. They just want their kids to get out. They're not trying to go up there and deal with all of that because they know how traumatized they still are.
Yeah.
So you have to have advocates to go up here and try to help these children and help these parents to navigate the system and try to help them to understand. But guess what? You got traumatized teachers. Shoot, they scared of the administration. They're just trying to make sure they can get the basics done so they can get their checks and go take care of their kids. It's so many layers to it. So I'm not faulting the teachers. Look, all I know is it's a law, and the law needs to be followed. all that, well, what about this and what? I don't have nothing to do with all that. That's not my fault. That's not my problem. That's not the kid's problem. Might not be the teacher's problem. Frank, that ain't my issue. All I know is this baby said this. When I looked it up, this is the law. That's what we need to do.
That's what you're coming for.
I ain't got nothing to do with all that other stuff. Especially when you're telling children that they can't have something that's going to benefit them on the other side.
Yeah, in the long run.
You're not going to do that. Because it, for some reason, consistently tends to be the black kids. I probably wouldn't have a problem with it if you told all the kids that. If I could, with a clear conscience, say, well, they told all the kids that, like, everybody get told the same thing, I would not be this angry. But you only tell these kids. Okay, well, then, no, I got to talk about that.
No doubt.
I got to talk about that.
Yeah, that's good, though.
Yeah.
A lot of people ain't going to talk about it.
Yeah, no.
They're going to sweep it under the rug.
No, we're not sweeping nothing. Not about no children. Especially when, if we don't have our education system right, we're not going to get any economic development. When people can't read, the information I gave you earlier, you got to be able to read the document to get it done.
Most definitely.
So even if this person, I give them some information, well, if they don't know how to read or process even, it's still useless. So we got to get to the basics. We're talking about basic stuff. Basic stuff.
Basic. That's it.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
No. And that's why when you go register to vote, if you have trouble with understanding the questionnaire, there's someone there to help you. Do not be ashamed to ask for help. Please do not be ashamed to ask for help, because the long run is you want to get someone in there who's going to help you in the long run at the highest level. So don't be afraid to ask for help with that registration form. There is someone there to help you. And even on Sunday at our event at Majestic on the River, we're having an announcement party, a more formal party. We've been out in the streets, and Miss Brad got everybody out helping us, and I appreciate him so much, bringing the community together. I'm telling you, if not for nothing, just knowing how many people say, we need some hope. We got to do this. Like, come on, y'all. Let's be together. This is huge for me. This is huge for me. I love it. The people I've met, seeing like God's will be done, like the universe coming together and pulling us all together. This is a big deal.
Yes, it is.
It's a big deal. And so knowing that you can get help with those forms, and at this event on Sunday, people will be there even on Sunday to help you register on your phone or help you fill out the paper document. People are going to be there to help you. So don't be embarrassed. Don't feel shameful. Everyone is not at the same reading level or comprehension level. That's why we're here. We're here, and there's no judgment about that.
Want to repeat that again, though?
If you need help filling out the registration form to register to vote, on Sunday when we have the formal announcement party at Majestic on the River, 121 South Niles Avenue in South Bend, Indiana, we will have people there to help you to do that. We don't want anyone to feel embarrassed or uncomfortable or upset that they may not know how to complete the form or understand the words. No one's there for judgment or make anybody feel bad or anything like that. No, nobody's less than. We're not doing any of that. We know people left school for a lot of reasons, or people have deficits in certain areas. It's okay. Trust me. Don't ask me to multiply too many 9s and 3s. That stuff kind of all look the same to me. So I get it. I might read well, but don't ask me 27 times 4. I'd be like, oh. So, we all got issues. So definitely get help. It is okay to ask for help.
Most definitely.
Yeah. And Frank is doing something, so we just gonna talk to Mr. Brad.
Want to introduce yourself, cuz?
All right, I'm Brad Parchman, one of the spokespersons for the state of Indiana for the street organization called the Almighty Vice Lord Nation. And what we do, we go in different communities all over the state trying to promote peace and unity between all other organizations. Even back in the late 60s when we started, we was always into pushing our people towards justifying things in our own communities. We was our own politicians. We was our own police force. So we dealing with the Growth and Development Brothers also when they had the 21st Century Vote. And they did the same thing because we all know and understand it's power with the people. It's power in the community. And the biggest draw that you said, you're basing everything about knowledge. And we all know for the lack of knowledge, we all perish. And I think because a lot of us are letting the ones that hold the knowledge keep us stagnated, we just looking for somebody that we can trust that look like us, that can be our voice and get in there and try to push these issues that, we have. We all growing up predominantly in the same community, in the household. Some of the principles and things that the trauma that we get facing the oppression of these people is always having a big mistrust when we talk about voting. I myself, I never voted. I never was interested in voting because I'm boots on the ground. Yeah. I grew up, we have a problem in the neighborhood, we'll go to the elder and ask him. We never went to nobody outside the race to ask, hey, what's your opinion on issues with our community? And as we grew up, it's starting to be the same thing. That's why I started to be sold with the idea that trying to vote and get somebody's voice out there is really more important. And when I look at this sister, it's not what she can do for me, it's what I can do for her. And I feel her in her spirit. I feel just the love. I feel the truthfulness. And not only is it about her getting in office, is the things that she says, is the things that she's been doing long before she decided to run for this position. This ain't somebody that's going to, like we had mayors, we had people come through the city we voted for, and they'd come to the clubs, they'd come to the black churches, and the people will vote for them, and you will never see them again. You never hear from them again. I confirm I have a sister that's standing right beside us. She's been in the community. She's always in the community. She never stopped being in the community. So my question was to her when I met her, I was like, what can you bring to the table that we haven't already got played from? And when she answered that question, she sold me into it. And me coming from the place I come from, I'm not into politics. I don't care if you're Democrat or Republican. I care about going talking to my neighbor and talking about what can we do to stop the things that go on in our community. How can we talk? Because we've been hurt as a people. When you tell somebody to vote nowadays, it's like, vote for what? Yeah. What are we voting for? Because there's nobody that look like us. If we get somebody to look like us, they're going to sell us out. And they're not going to reach back into the neighborhood. They're not going to come into the decimal crypts and try to talk to us about our problems. When right now I've been baptized to be on the register. All because I feel everything this sister been saying and also been doing before she decided to even run for this. She's been doing this work. And if she wasn't running, I'll be wanting to link up with her to get this information because she's giving information for the community regardless. So why wouldn't we stand behind a sister like this that look like us, that talk like us, that have needs like us, that can be a voice for us to get out there so we can start making changes for our community? And that's my take on it. I really respect you. I respect everything you're doing.
Thank you.
And I told you, with everybody that stand beside me, we're gonna stand beside you no matter what. We're gonna get out there. We're gonna register, man. We're gonna push this envelope. We're gonna do what we can to get you out there, get you in that office, so we can all make changes for each other.
Definitely.
Thank you, and I appreciate it. I know that there's a large group of people who others do not respect. They do not come out to us because we don't matter to them. They sit high and they look low and they pick and choose. Oh, they have power, they have money, they have connections. And then there's this group, actually a large group, that bicker amongst themselves, don't come together, don't have money, don't have perceived power, or don't know the power that they do have, and they're divisive. So I don't have to worry about them.
Right.
They will divide themselves, and then that's nothing. Even if they vote, they're going to divide up in 5 different groups. And then this few will win.
Right.
But if we in this time use the strategies that have been used in centuries past, and all of us misfits, I said us misfits come together in our power and our unity, we come together. We can do great and mighty things because we are a great and mighty people and a great and mighty nation. And when I say we, that's our outliers as well. Because those hurt people, they may not look like us, but they're going to need us.
Absolutely.
They're going to need us because they don't know that they're working with an evil, transcendent spirit. Just like we have this evil spirit of division that was given to us from slave owners centuries ago that caused that division. That's going to be broken up in us, and we're going to come together. That evil spirit of better than, whatever that is, that taught them to be separate from us, from black people, it has killed them. It has killed them. They stayed separated into themselves, and they needed us. They needed our ingenuity. They needed our intelligence. They needed our labor, our hustle, our grind, our spirit. And now they're dying, and they're going to need us. And it's okay. I don't mind going out there to get them. I don't mind going out there to get them. And so that wicked spirit and this, we're going to all break that down. So all of us misfits, we're going to come together, and we're going to show District 2 and the state of Indiana what it was supposed to be. That's what we're going to do, because we're tired. I'm old enough to be tired. People don't know in 1984 through 86. People, a woman stood up in a Penn Harris Madison school board meeting and said, I don't want to hear anything about any of this critical race theory and all this racism stuff. Racism is over. It died with Dr. King. I said, well, Dr. King died in, what was it, 68? Okay, well, my house was Klanned from 84 to 86. Bombs thrown through my baby sister's back window. My mama getting letters in the mail, Miss Nigger of Melvindale, get out or we gonna kill your kids. Well, that's a threat on my life. I was the kid. My sisters were the kid. And then I had to go to school and sit next to people and say, dang, I wonder if it was your daddy who threw that bomb through my window last night and had to function and had to get straight A's, had to get all good grades, had to be the president of the class, had to do this and be the all things great, and then go home on Fridays and sit at the back door and turn away the ambulance. No, sir, we didn't call you, sorry. The Chinese place, no, sir, we didn't call you, sorry. The police, no, ma'am, we didn't call you, sorry. Because the prank calls would come over and over and over and over. They was not bold enough to burn a cross in my driveway, but to paint one. I was 14 years old, but then people say racism was over. So when somebody told me, when I got a call from Stark County Chamber of Commerce to come meet with them, don't go down there. That's Knox. That's the Klan. I said, ain't nothing they could do to me that they ain't already done. Are you kidding me?
No doubt.
God have set me up for a time such as this. I've always been the only. I was the only one at Miniature Precision Components, ran a sales and marketing aftermarket division, top sales. I was the only one. Kidding me? With rich white men. Why don't I have this? Why don't I have that? Where's my stuff? Oh, Marla did this. Marla did that. Oh, I got you. And I had a great mentor. Let me tell you how to deal with them. That was one of the best white men God ever placed in my life. He said, you're too smart, you're too young, you're too much for them. They can't take it. Let me tell you how to deal with them. God put people in my life for a time such as this. We are going to do this. We are going to do this. Yes, we've already won because we sitting here together.
No doubt.
Most definitely.
I had a guy when I was telling him about this podcast. He was like, "What's she bringing? What's she bringing to the table, man? Because we have the guys giving out gas and chicken at the gas stations." I said, knowledge. Trumps overall, knowledge. Mm-hmm. You still looking for a handout, but if you can get that handout without the knowledge, you'll just be handing it right back.
Most definitely.
So the question is, when we gonna start looking at the knowledge and the lack of? We looking for gifts. Every time somebody want to get voted on, you know, here's a ticket to a concert, you know, here's a gas voucher, here's a McDonald's voucher. Okay, where's the knowledge that you holding? You know, when we got to stop as a people taking these gifts, we need to learn the knowledge, street term, the game. We don't get this game and this knowledge to help ourselves. Who are we helping? We helping keeping ones in the office that's only helping their own community, but they need the power of our people to get them there. So we have to start registering, man. You know, somebody that look like us, talk like us, feel what we feel, been through what we've been through. You know, when she told her story about what happened in the crosses, I felt that because they wasn't just talking to her. They wasn't talking to her parents. They was talking to mine too. They was talking to yours too. You know, a threat on one of us is a threat on all of us. When they come and bomb one house, don't think you safe. They go and get the next house and the next house. That's why it's important for us to stand up with each other and start showing unity. Let's start bringing that trust back with each other. And it starts in the neighborhood, you know. It starts in the neighborhood. Everybody's waiting on a savior. When we are the saviors already, all we have to do is get that knowledge to start banding together.
Yeah. And you're so right. Man, you so right that we sitting around like waiting on something. Ain't nobody gonna give you nothing. And guess what? They don't have to. They owe us. Don't nobody owe you nothing. We don't deserve the air we breathe. Who deserves anything? Really? Don't dig to another reason. I ain't never ran. I don't want people digging too deep into my life.
Right.
Yeah.
Don't dig too deep into my life. Might look too well, you know.
By the time they give us what they owe us, we'll be so far in debt, we'll be giving it right back.
You know, I'm like, who owes anybody anything? Yeah, I didn't. We have to. I was blessed, you all, that I had great grandparents.
Yeah, me.
So I got to get a lot of wisdom. We had great grandparents, and then a lot of things that my great grandmother said, my mother would kick back to us as we got older. You know, grandma used to tell us blah, blah, blah. And we were like, what is that? You know, 4 feet in the bed, your two don't know nothing, shut up. Like, 4 feet in the bed, whose bed? What are you talking about? In other words, mind your business. Stay out of people's life. Get out of their household. You know, a lot of stuff, if we would mind our business, we wouldn't be in this type of trouble, you know, or, you know, what are you doing? This type of things. They used to just say stuff to us that my great-grandma was real big on humility. You know, just like she would tell you ain't cute. What you mean? People ain't cute. You got big balls in your head like this and these holes in your face. That ain't cute. You know, she used to tell us crazy stuff. But she always had a way of letting you know that you have to take care of yourself and your people. My family came, and I didn't learn this till of recent, like my family came here because my great-granddaddy killed the sharecropper owner. He raped his sister, he killed him.
So he did what he had to do.
And he was like, okay, but the plan is, they gonna kill all the men. I can't let that happen. So y'all jump in the cars. Everybody start heading north. You got some people in Detroit. Here go the address. Figure it out. You got to take all the ways to get there. Blah blah blah. Whatever. And they dipped. They left. He managed to live. They put him in a chain gang. He worked. When he got out, they was gonna kill him. Instead, somehow he escaped. Not somehow. That was ordained. He ended up moving to Texas. He got a job. He sends my grandma money now. My grandma, these people act like these women, that's a whole nother podcast. These women act like they can't, he didn't buy me, and he didn't do, and he the. My grandma went and bought half the houses on the block. Because she cooking, selling dinners, running numbers, corn, liquor, doing whatever, all this and that. He working, sending money, all that. What did she do? Bought the houses, bought land. Rent to your people. They all was moving north because of the auto industry. Yeah. What's get ready to come here, y'all? Because y'all wasn't at the meeting. Was y'all at the meeting on Facebook? Y'all wasn't at the meeting. What's Gary come here? We need to be buying this property.
Land.
So then she raised my family to all be property owners and all that. But then we started working for GM, Chrysler, Ford. We started buying Cadillacs, doing all this and that. So all this knowledge and stuff didn't come to me till after the fact. And then now I'm just now giving back into all of that and I should be 40 years ahead of the game, but it's cool. It's cool. We learn in due season and we give back when we're supposed to give back. But you got to have that history and know, and then you help to give back to others. Many of us don't know history, and therefore we get lost and we get stuck. I think it's time for us to get unstuck.
Yeah.
No doubt.
Definitely. You're right about that. You're right. I'd like to thank you for stopping by.
I thank you for having me.
And, we're going to support you. We behind you, too. And, this you said you're gonna drop this tonight, so you know it's gonna be advertising so people see it. So
Oh, thank you so much, and I look forward to seeing you all on Sunday.
I got you. Well, thanks for
Sunday, Midwest Slang is going to join us on Sunday at the announcement party at 121 South Niles Avenue in South Bend, Indiana, at the Majestic on the River Event Center, and that is a Black-owned event center in South Bend. We'll be there at 4 p.m., and we are so thankful for the opportunity. Thank you to Dominique and Chris Granger for hosting that event for us. That is the Majestic on the River Event Center, 121 South Niles Avenue in South Bend, on Sunday, October 2nd at 4 p.m. And then the after dinner will be at the Wine Cellar on Jefferson on the corner of St. Louis at 6 p.m.
Make sure y'all tap in. Well, thank you guys for tuning in to another episode of Midwest Slang. It's your boy Frank Nitty, and we out.
Peace and love, y'all.